Shiva. So I'm very excited to be here. Okay. Just a little bit of personal sharing. I'm 27 years old, and one of the most frequently asked questions I get is people come into my center, or sometimes I volunteer in the Buddhist shops that we have, and people come in and they look at me and they say, "Huh? You're Buddhist, ah? Really, ah? How come you're Buddhist?" And they don't mean it like a put down, they don't mean it as an insult, but they always wonder, you know, why this weird looking girl with short hair and funny clothes, how come she's Buddhist, how come she's religious? And I hope to be able to explain some of that in my talk today. Can we have the next slide, please? Okay, my talk is based on the teachings of my spiritual teacher, His Eminence Sem Tulku Rinpoche, in his book, If Not Now, When? It was a book that I co-edited with a very close friend and also a student of His Eminence. And to me, this book encapsulates what the spirit of Buddhism is, and it was a personal journey for myself as well in editing the book. Okay, when we talk about Buddhism, the teachings of Buddhism are referred to as Buddha Dharma. Mr. Tiru touched on what Dharma means. The word Dharma is very, very complex, and there are very, very many different meanings to it. One of the meanings which we take to heart is that it means right conduct. And this is about kindness. It is about how we perceive and react to situations around us in a beneficial and positive way. And okay, if you find it really hard to be kind to people, then at the very least it is not to harm others. One of the most famous personalities in Buddhism, which is His Holiness the Dalai Lama, has been asked, "What is your religion about?" And he has said, "My religion is kindness." And really, I think that's the essence of all religions. I'll speak about it in the Buddhist context in particular. I think, you know, to say that a religion is based on kindness is also to say that it's not just a practice and a religion, but it's a way of life and a philosophy of living. The basis of Buddhism is developing these everyday universal qualities of compassion, kindness, patience, forgiveness, harmony, putting effort, being consistent, keeping your promises, bringing joy to people, and always benefiting others, always thinking of other people first instead of ourselves. Okay, a lot of people seem to think that Buddhist practice and Buddhist rituals, because there are very many rituals in Buddhism, they think, oh, it's a lot of superstition, or how come you're just stuck in these rituals? But you know, there are rituals in every religion, and they have very deep and very beautiful meanings, but they are actually secondary. In Buddhism, we believe, you know, rituals and even the prayers are only a way for us to achieve and to attain the heart of what the religion is about. Every ritual that we do is actually, the heart of it is about benefiting others, relieving their suffering, bringing them some happiness. You might have heard that, you know, Buddhists and Buddhist monks always do this meditation. They always do awareness meditation. They sit there and they breathe in, they breathe out, they breathe in, they walk up and down, and they do that for like hours and hours. But that is a training in awareness, so that we focus our minds so that we're aware of what's going on around us. So ultimately, we are aware of how other people are around us, what they need, what would make them happy, what they don't have, so that we can respond to them and help them. A very major part of Buddhist teachings are something called the mind transformation teachings, which is how we can adapt our minds, change the way we think to suit other people, to be of benefit to other people, to make other people happy, so it's not just me all the time. Even in our prayers within Buddhism, at the end of every prayer, at the end of every work that we do something called a dedication prayer, so that whatever good merit, whatever good virtue we have created from doing this practice, we dedicate it that other people will have happiness. So even when you do good things, it's not about yourself and you doing good things. It's about giving it to other people, giving happiness to other people. What I mentioned earlier, that Buddhism is a way of life and embodying and acting out qualities that are common to every human being. But I read a really nice story recently which I think really embodies what this means. Okay, so there was a Christian man. Okay, he was from America, and he'd been practicing Christianity, and he was a good Christian. But he was also a bit curious about what this Buddhism thing is about. So he traveled all the way to Japan, and he found this very esteemed, prominent Japanese master, and he wanted to debate with him, find out what's going on in this Buddhism thing. And he found this monk, and he said to him, "How can I be a Buddhist? What do I have to do to be a Buddhist?" And the Buddhist monk replied to him, "If you want to be Buddhist, you just be a really good Christian. You be the best Christian that you can." And to me, that really summed up what religion means. To Buddhists, to Christians, to all religions, that, if you're going to be a good Buddhist, it means you're a good Christian. If you're going to be a good Christian, it means you're a good Buddhist. Which means ultimately our values and what we think are important are the same. After all, we do all want the same things. Can we have the next slide? Okay, the slides that I'm showing are taken from the book. Okay, sorry, the words are a bit small. Some of you might have the handouts, but I'll read the quotes out to you as well. If you believe in God, that's fabulous. If you believe in Buddha, that's fabulous. If you don't believe in anything, that's fabulous. But please believe in yourself, and please believe in the happiness you can bring to people around you. Believe in that. Won't that be lovely? Next slide, please. Okay, along the same lines. It's easy to be nice to someone it's easy to be nice to someone who is nice to you. They're nice to you, you're nice to them, but that's not religion, that's not spiritualism, that's not Catholicism, that isn't Jesus, that isn't Buddha, that isn't God. It's nice and easy to be nice to someone who's nice to you, but it's not easy to be nice to someone who's not nice to you. Religion and spiritual practice is about being nice and patient to the people who are not to you. And this was one of my favorite quotes in the book, because to me it really sums up what it means to practice. The heart of Buddhist teaching is something called mind transformation. Okay, this isn't some weird brainwash thing, okay? Mind transformation means that we look at how we turn our minds from something negative to positive. Like usually if people are not nice to us, you say, I'm not going to bother this guy, he's just giving me trouble, or you react back negatively to them, you get angry, they get angry, and then it just grows and grows and grows. But that is exactly the opportunity for us to start practicing our religion or our spiritual path. Can I have the next slide? Okay, this sums it up. Spiritual practice is not going to places and chanting, knowing the stuff and debating. Spiritual practice is the transformation of our perspective and how we look at things. It is how much our mind has changed from negative to positive. That is spiritual practice. Like I said, going to places and chanting, knowing the stuff and debating is very important. And there are loads of rituals that have incredible meaning. Just to see the pictures of the Muslims praying just now, it really it stirred up something very exciting in me. But that's not the only way. I'm sure all of you know people who, they say they're very proud. They say, I'm vegetarian, 2 times a month? And I go to the temple, I give donation, But apart from those 3 things, being vegetarian, going to the temple, and giving donations, they scream at their husbands, they're always complaining and complaining and complaining, they're talking bad about people, they're incredibly stingy, they don't pay for anything, they're very impatient, they're always shouting at people. And that's not